When my lawyer's sister Jennifer texted me, "Your husband just signed property transfer papers with some woman named Sylvie at the Ritz. They were holding hands," I replied, "Thanks for letting me know." Then I called Sylvie's husband Patrick and invited him to our family's charity gala. Let's just say the evening at the Plaza became one Manhattan's elite would gossip about for years. I'm standing in my kitchen on a Tuesday afternoon, halfway through making Gerard's favorite lasagna, the one with 3 types of cheese and that homemade bechamel sauce that takes an hour to get right. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're a subscriber, because tomorrow, I've saved something extra special for you. My phone buzzes. It's Jennifer, my older sister, the corporate lawyer who never texts during business hours unless it's important. The message stops me cold. "Amanda, are you sitting down? I'm at the Ritz for a client meeting. I just saw Gerard in one of the private dining rooms. He's signing documents with a woman. Blonde, early 30s, designer everything. They're close. Like really close." Her hand was on his thigh. My wooden spoon drops into the pot. Bechamel sauce splatters across my marble countertop, the countertop Gerard insisted we install last year because we deserve the best. I stare at the text, reading it 3 times like the words might rearrange themselves into something less devastating. Another text, "Wait." I got closer. The documents, their property transfer papers. I can see the letterhead. Brennan and Associates Real Estate Holdings. "Amanda, what's going on? Does Gerard have property I don't know about?" Gerard's been in acquisition meetings every Thursday for the past 4 months. Late nights. Weekend conferences. That new Armani suit he bought for client impressions. The cologne I didn't recognize. The way he started going to the gym at 6 a.m., coming home barely sweaty but glowing. "Send me a photo if you can," I type back. 30 seconds later, a slightly blurry image, taken from a discreet angle. There's Gerard, my husband of 6 years, in his navy Tom Ford suit. Across from him sits a woman who looks like she stepped out of a Hampton Society magazine. They're leaning over documents, his hand covering hers on the pen. Not business casual. Intimate. Familiar. The woman laughs at something he says. Even through the photo, I can see the way he's looking at her, the same way he used to look at me before work consumed his life. I turn off the stove. The lasagna can burn for all I care. Jennifer calls. "Amanda, talk to me." Who is she? I have no idea. My voice sounds distant, like it's coming from underwater. What were they signing? I couldn't get close enough without being obvious, but I saw deed transfer and what looked like property addresses. Multiple properties. This wasn't just one document, Mandy. This was a whole portfolio. Gerard handles our finances. I trusted him completely. I'm a freelance graphic designer. He's the VP of Commercial Development at Hartford Enterprises. He always said he was taking care of our future, managing investments, building our wealth. I signed things when he asked. Barely read them. God, how stupid was I? "Jennifer, I need you to do something for me. Use your lawyer's superpowers. Find out who she is." Already on it. I took a photo of her signing. I'm running facial recognition through LinkedIn as we speak. There's typing in the background. Jennifer doesn't mess around. Got her. Sylvie Devon. Vice President of Acquisitions at Prestige Properties Group. Columbia Business School grad. Married to. More typing, Patrick Devon, founder of Devon Capital Management. Venture capitalist. They live in Tribeca. Married. She's married. Send me everything you find, I say quietly. And Jennifer? Don't tell Mom and Dad yet. I need to figure out what's happening first. Amanda, if Gerard's moving assets without your knowledge. I know. My lawyer sister doesn't need to spell it out. In New York, we're in an equitable distribution state. If Gerard's transferring properties, hiding assets, preparing for something. After we hang up, I walk through our Gramercy Park apartment like I'm seeing it for the first time. The renovation Gerard insisted on last year, $200,000, he said. The art collection he's been building. The wine cellar. Every luxury item suddenly looks suspicious. I open my laptop and start searching. Sylvie Devon's Instagram is public, a tactical error on her part. There she is, charity galas, beach vacations, art gallery openings. I scroll back, methodically, looking for, there. 4 months ago. A photo of a champagne flute at sunset, tagged at the Maldives. The caption, Paradise with the best company Blue Heart. I check Gerard's calendar from 4 months ago. Singapore conference, blocked out for 5 days. The same 5 days. My phone buzzes. Jennifer again, found the property records. They're public. Gerard's been buying luxury properties under an LLC called Beau Holdings. 3 brownstones in Brooklyn, 2 commercial properties in Queens, and, get this, a penthouse in Hudson Yards. None of this is in your joint accounts, Amanda. Gerard comes home at 7 p.m., whistling. Actually whistling. He kisses my cheek, cologne wafting, the expensive kind, and loosens his tie. Something smells amazing, he says, peering into the kitchen. Is that lasagna? I say carefully. I had to turn it off. Jennifer called with some work emergency. I got distracted. He doesn't notice my tone. He's already pulling out his phone, scrolling. No worries. We can order in. Thai. I watch him from across the breakfast bar. This man who I've shared a bed with for 6 years. Who knows I'm terrified of spiders and that I cry at insurance commercials. Who proposed at sunset on a beach in Maui and promised me forever. How was your day? I ask. Oh, the usual. Meetings, conference calls. Tedious paperwork. He doesn't look up from his phone. Johnson wants the Midtown project completed by Q4, so that's adding pressure. Not one word about the Ritz. Not one mention of Sylvie Devon or property transfers or the intimate lunch I know he had. Any exciting deals in the works? Nothing I can talk about yet. You know how it is, confidential until it closes. He smiles at me, that charming smile that made me fall for him at my friend's wedding 7 years ago. But when it does, babe, we're looking at a serious bonus. Maybe we finally take that Italy trip you've been wanting. Italy. He's planning our future while actively dismantling it. My phone vibrates on the counter. A text from Jennifer, Patrick Devon's office number. Want me to make contact or do you want to do it? I look at Gerard, still scrolling through his phone, probably texting Sylvie while sitting 3 feet from his wife. He thinks I don't know the password to his laptop. He changed it 3 months ago from our anniversary date to something more secure. What he doesn't know is that I watched him type it in reflection on the window behind his desk 2 weeks ago. Sylvie D 2024. Not even creative. The laptop opens like a confession waiting to be read. His email is a gold mine. I start screenshotting everything, my phone's camera roll filling with evidence. There's an entire folder labeled BD Projects. I almost laugh at the transparency. BD, Beau Devon. Their initials combined like teenagers carving into a tree. March 15th, can't wait for Thursday. The Carlisle has our usual suite ready. March 22nd, the Brooklyn Heights property closes next week. Our 5th together. Lucky number? April 3rd, Patrick's in London until Friday. Come over tonight. I photograph each one. There are documents too, LLC formation papers for Beau Holdings, property deeds, mortgage applications. All signed by both of them. They're not just having an affair. They're building an empire together. The most damning email is from last week. After the Hartford merger closes, I'll have enough to leave. Clean break, just like we planned. By Christmas, we'll be in the Hudson Yards penthouse full-time. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel, it means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Clean break. He's planning to leave me. Probably with minimal assets, while he and Sylvie live in luxury with properties I helped him afford. My salary went into our joint account for 6 years. My inheritance from Grandma Millicent, $150,000, went into our investment portfolio 3 years ago. I find the bank statements. There's a separate account I've never seen. Chase Private Client. Current balance, $2.7 million. Deposits match exactly with dates Gerard said he got bonuses, except the amounts are larger than what he told me. He's been skimming. Lying about numbers. Hiding money. My phone buzzes. Jennifer, found more. Sylvie and Gerard have been on 3 business trips together in the last 4 months. Miami, Napa Valley, and Aspen. I pulled hotel records through a PI friend. They shared rooms every time. Want the receipts? Send everything, I type back. In Gerard's desk drawer, beneath old tax returns, I find a key I don't recognize. It's attached to a small tag, Manhattan Mini Storage, Unit 447, West 52nd. I'm in an Uber heading downtown within 15 minutes. The storage facility is one of those upscale places with climate control and 24-hour security. I used Gerard's birthday as the access code, narcissist that he is, it works, and take the elevator to the 4th floor. Unit 447 is modest, maybe 10 by 10. Inside, I find his secret life neatly organized on metal shelves. Property records. Architectural plans. Interior design mock-ups for the Hudson Yards penthouse, and I recognize Sylvie's handwriting on the margins. Master suite with double vanity. His and hers walk-in closets. But the real gut punch is the photo album. Leather-bound, expensive. I flip it open. There they are, Gerard and Sylvie. At a beach in Turks and Caicos. Kissing at sunset in Napa Valley. Toasting champagne in what looks like a private jet. The date on the bottom of one photo, 8 months ago. I photograph every page. Every document. Every receipt. At the bottom of one box, I find something that makes my blood run cold, a prenuptial agreement template. Not the one we signed before our wedding. This is new. Dated last month. It's a draft, filled with Gerard's handwriting in the margins. A. Hodgkins entitled to, Gramercy apartment, mortgaged, 2018 Audi, leased, joint savings account, currently $47,000. That's it. That's what he thinks I deserve after 6 years. There's a note paper clipped to it in Sylvie's handwriting. Your lawyer says we need to wait until the Hartford merger closes. Then you file. She won't see it coming. I spend the afternoon at a coffee shop in Chelsea, building my case. Jennifer sends me contact information for 3 things, a forensic accountant, a private investigator, and the most aggressive divorce attorney in Manhattan. Miranda Brennan, Jennifer's text reads. She's a shark. Represented the wife in the Castellano divorce last year, got her $40 million and the Hamptons estate. She'll eat Gerard alive. I call the forensic accountant first. His name is Bill, and he sounds bored until I mention the amount of hidden assets we're talking about. Ma'am, if your husband has been systematically moving marital assets into an LLC without your knowledge, that's textbook dissipation. New York courts don't look kindly on that. His voice sharpens with interest. I'll need access to all joint accounts, his business accounts if possible, and any documentation you have. I have screenshots of everything. Including emails where he discusses hiding assets. Even better. Can you come in tomorrow? And don't, I repeat, don't, let him know you're aware of any of this. We need time to freeze accounts before he can move anything else. Next, I call Miranda Brennan's office. Her paralegal tries to schedule me for next week, but I cut her off. Tell Ms. Brennan that my husband has hidden approximately $3 million in assets, is planning to file for divorce after a business merger, and has been having an affair with a married woman while using marital funds to buy properties with her. I have documentation. All of it. I'm transferred to Miranda within 60 seconds. Mrs. Hodgkins, her voice is smooth, confident, lethal. I'm very interested in your case. Can you come in at 4 p.m. today? At Miranda's office, a corner suite overlooking Central Park, I spread out my evidence like a general planning a war. Emails. Photos. Bank statements. Property records. The prenup draft that was meant to screw me over. Miranda's perfectly manicured nail taps the Hudson Yards property deed. He purchased this using a second mortgage on your Gramercy apartment. Your signature is on that mortgage. I remember signing it. He said it was a refinance for a better rate. It was fraud. He obtained your signature under false pretenses. She smiles, and it's not warm. Mrs. Hodgkins, by the time I'm done, your husband is going to wish he'd been faithful. We're going to freeze every account, file for an immediate restraining order on all assets, and pursue criminal fraud charges if necessary. There's one more thing, I say quietly. His girlfriend is married. Her husband doesn't know. Miranda's smile widens. Even better. A scorned husband makes an excellent ally. What's his name? Patrick Devon. He runs a venture capital firm. I know Patrick. We served on a non-profit board together. She leans back in her leather chair. Let me make a call. I watch as Manhattan's most feared divorce attorney picks up her phone, and for the first time since Jennifer's text yesterday, I feel something other than devastation. I feel powerful. That evening, Gerard comes home with flowers. Peonies. My favorite, or at least they used to be before they became a guilt offering. Thought you deserved something beautiful, he says, kissing my cheek. His cologne is different again. Something woody and expensive. They're lovely, I say, taking them to the kitchen. What's the occasion? Does there need to be an occasion to appreciate my wife? I arrange the peonies in a vase, my back to him, and think about Miranda Brennan's words. Don't let him suspect anything. We need time to prepare. While Gerard showers, I sit on our bed with my laptop. Miranda connected me with Patrick Devon through a carefully worded introduction. A mutual friend thought we should speak about a matter of shared interest regarding our spouses. Now I'm staring at a blank email, cursor blinking. I start typing. Mr. Devon. My name is Amanda Hodgkins. You don't know me, but I believe we have something significant in common. Our spouses have been having an affair for at least 8 months. They've also been purchasing properties together under an LLC called Bow Holdings, a combination of their middle names. I have documentation, emails, bank statements, property records, and photographs. I'm not writing to cause pain, but because I think you deserve to know the truth, just as I wish someone had told me sooner. If you'd like to meet and compare information, I'm available. If not, I understand. But either way, I thought you should know that while your wife was supposedly at the Miami Luxury Real Estate Summit in March, she was actually at the SETA with my husband. The hotel receipt is attached. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. Amanda. I attach the SETA receipt, $6,200 for 3 nights in an oceanfront suite, and hover my finger over the send button for a full minute. Then I think about Gerard in the shower, probably texting Sylvie about our boring evening at home, while planning their next escape. I think about the prenup draft that valued my 6 years of marriage at $47,000 and a leased Audi. I hit send. Thursday, October 10th. The response comes at 11:47 p.m. I'm lying in bed next to Gerard, who's snoring softly, his phone face down on the nightstand. It's buzzed 3 times in the last hour. I know it's her. My phone lights up silently. An email from Patrick Devon. Mrs. Hodgkins. I've suspected for months but had no proof. Your email confirmed what I'd been too afraid to investigate fully. I'd like to meet. Are you available tomorrow? I'm clearing my afternoon. I'm bringing my own documentation. I think you'll want to see it. Patrick. I type back, Bryant Park, by the fountain. 2 p.m. I lie awake the rest of the night, listening to Gerard breathe. At 6:15 a.m., his phone buzzes. He reaches for it immediately, still half asleep, and I see Sylvie's name flash on the screen before he turns away from me to read it. He texts back, the clicking of his keyboard obscenely loud in the quiet bedroom. Then he gets up, kisses my forehead, I keep my eyes closed, and heads to the shower. I hear the water start, and immediately grab his phone from the nightstand. He's gotten sloppy with his password. It's her birthday now. 0815, August 15th. The text thread is open. Sylvie, Patrick's being weird. Asking questions about Miami. Did you tell Amanda anything? Gerard, nothing. She doesn't suspect a thing. She's planning a grocery list right now, totally clueless. Sylvie, good. Only 2 more months until Hartford closes. Then we're free. I can't wait to wake up in our penthouse with you every morning. Gerard, me too, baby. Just keep Patrick distracted. I'll keep Amanda in the dark. I screenshot everything and send it to myself before placing his phone back exactly where he left it. Bryant Park is beautiful in October, leaves turning gold and red, tourists scattered across the lawn. I spot Patrick Devon immediately. He's tall, maybe 6 feet 2 inches, with dark hair graying at the temples and the kind of tired eyes that come from too many sleepless nights. He's wearing jeans and a casual blazer, a venture capitalist's attempt at looking relaxed. He recognizes me too. We're both carrying the weight of betrayal, and apparently, it's visible. Amanda? He extends his hand. His grip is firm but not aggressive. Patrick. Thank you for meeting me. We sit on a bench away from the main fountain, far enough from other people that we can't be overheard. For a moment, neither of us speaks. 2 strangers united by the implosion of our marriages. I brought receipts, he says finally, pulling out a tablet. I hired a private investigator 3 weeks ago. I didn't want to believe it, but... He trails off, swiping through photos. There they are, Gerard and Sylvie at a restaurant in Soho. Entering a hotel in the meatpacking district. His hand on her lower back. Her leaning into him. One photo shows them kissing in the back of a town car. The Carlisle, the Greenwich Hotel, the Crosby, Patrick lists, his voice flat. Always on Thursdays. I thought she had late client meetings. She's VP of acquisitions, late meetings made sense. Gerard said he had Thursday acquisition meetings too, I say quietly. With the Thompson Group. I called Thompson Group last week. They've never heard of him. Patrick laughs, but it's hollow. Sylvie's assistant thought she was meeting with the Riverside development team. I called them. No meeting scheduled. Ever. We sit in silence, watching tourists take photos, couples holding hands, people living lives that haven't exploded yet. The properties, I say, pulling out my own tablet. I found records for Bow Holdings. 3 brownstones, 2 commercial buildings, and a penthouse in Hudson Yards. Total value. $4.2 million, Patrick finishes. I know. I found the LLC formation documents in Sylvie's office last week. She has me listed as uninvolved party on the operating agreement. He looks at me. They used marital funds to build this. My money, your money. They're planning to leave us with nothing and live in that penthouse together. I show him the prenup draft. His jaw tightens. Gerard wanted to give me $47,000 and a leased car. After 6 years of marriage. Meanwhile, he and Sylvie have properties worth millions. Patrick pulls out his phone, showing me a calendar. Sylvie has something marked for 2 weeks from Saturday. Family Gala, Plaza. That's not a family event. We don't have family events. My stomach drops. My family's annual charity gala. It's at the Plaza. Gerard RSVP'd for both of us months ago. She asked me what I thought she should wear last night, Patrick says slowly. Said she had a corporate event. The way she asked. He looks at me. I think she's planning to bring him. As her date. To your family's event. The audacity is breathtaking. They want to parade their relationship in front of everyone, I say. My parents, my sister, our entire social circle. Patrick's eyes meet mine, and I see the same fury I feel burning in my chest. What if we give them what they want? He says quietly. What do you mean? They want to go to the gala together? Fine. Let them go. But what if we both show up? Together. As each other's dates. I stare at him. The idea is insane. It's petty. It's perfect. They'll be blindsided, I say slowly. Completely. In front of everyone they're trying to impress. Patrick leans forward. Your family will see exactly who Gerard really is. My business partners will be there, they know Sylvie. The humiliation will be public, undeniable, and permanent. I have a lawyer, I tell him. Miranda Brennan. She's already freezing assets, preparing filings. I know Miranda. She's excellent. He pauses. I also have a lawyer. Gregory Brinley. He specializes in high net worth divorces with hidden assets. Maybe they should coordinate. We exchange attorney information like battle commanders sharing military intelligence. 2 weeks from Saturday, Patrick says. We go together. We watch them walk in, thinking they're getting away with everything. And then we end them. I think about Gerard's text this morning. She doesn't suspect a thing. I'm in, I say. We shake hands again, sealing the alliance. Two people who promised to love our spouses forever, now united by their betrayal. Patrick, I say as we stand to leave. Are you sure about this? Once we do this, there's no going back. He looks toward Fifth Avenue, where his wife is probably having lunch with my husband right now, planning their future while destroying ours. They already made sure there's no going back, he says. We're just making sure everyone knows it. Miranda Brennan's office becomes our headquarters. Patrick and I sit across from her massive desk while Gregory Brinley joins via video call from his own corner office in Midtown. Between the four of us, we have enough legal firepower to level a small country. Let's be clear about objectives, Miranda says, her red nails tapping against a leather portfolio. This isn't just about catching them. This is about protecting your assets, securing favorable divorce terms, and ensuring they face consequences for fraud. Gregory's voice comes through the speaker, sharp and British accented. Patrick, the LLC formation documents show Sylvie used funds from your joint investment account, roughly $800,000, without your knowledge. That's theft. Plain and simple. We can press charges. Patrick's jaw tightens. I want every option on the table. Miranda turns to me. Gerard forged your signature on at least 3 property documents. The Brooklyn Heights brownstone mortgage lists you as a co-signer. You never signed it, correct? Never even saw it. That's forgery and fraud. We can file criminal complaints, but that takes time. For now, we focus on the civil side, freezing all accounts, securing restraining orders, and making sure the gala exposure happens before they can move any more assets. She pulls out a calendar. The gala is Saturday, October 26th. Today is October 11th. We have 15 days to prepare. Gregory clears his throat. I suggest we file simultaneously, the Monday after the gala. Give them the weekend to stew in public humiliation, then hit them with papers first thing Monday morning. I like it, Patrick says. They spend the weekend watching their reputations burn, then wake up Monday morning to frozen accounts and divorce filings. Miranda smiles. It's the smile of a predator. We'll also need to coordinate the gala entrance perfectly. Patrick, you'll arrive with Amanda. What time are Gerard and Sylvie expected? The cocktail hour starts at 7, I say. Gerard always likes to arrive fashionably late, around 7:30. He says it's better for networking when people have already had a drink. Perfect. You and Patrick arrive at 7:15. Get positioned where you have a clear view of the entrance. I want you visible but not obvious. Miranda makes notes. What's the venue layout? I pull up the Plaza's grand ballroom on my phone. Cocktails in the terrace room first, then we move into the ballroom for dinner and the auction. My parents will be at the entrance greeting guests. That's where Gerard will bring her. Right in front of your parents, Patrick says slowly. Jesus. The arrogance. It gets better, I say bitterly. Gerard told my mother last week that he was bringing a colleague who's interested in donating to the foundation. He's literally using my family's charity event as cover for parading his mistress. Miranda's eyes gleam. Do your parents know yet? No. Jennifer knows, she's the one who spotted them at the Ritz, but I haven't told my parents. I wanted to wait until I had all the evidence. Good. Keep it that way. Miranda leans forward. The impact will be greater if they're discovering it in real time. Your father is, remind me? Hugh Millicent. He runs Millicent Capital. Private equity, very old money, very concerned with reputation. Oh, this is delicious, Gregory chimes in from the screen. Hugh Millicent is legendary for his discretion. The social embarrassment alone will destroy Gerard's professional reputation. No one in Manhattan finance will touch him after humiliating Hugh Millicent at a charity gala. Patrick pulls out his own phone. Sylvie's firm, Prestige Properties, is courting investors for a new development project in Williamsburg. The investor meeting is scheduled for November 1st. If this blows up publicly beforehand, the investors will run, Miranda finishes. Scandal is bad for business. Especially when it involves fraud and hidden assets. Let's walk through it, Miranda says, standing. She moves to an open area of her office. Patrick, you're Amanda's date. You arrive together. Where do you position yourselves? Patrick stands, and I join him. We're awkward at first, two people who barely know each other, play acting intimacy. Near the bar, I say. Clear view of the entrance, but it looks natural. We're having drinks, talking, laughing even. Good. You need to look comfortable together. Not romantic necessarily, but familiar. Like you've known each other a while. Miranda circles us like a director. Body language matters. Patrick, your hand on her lower back occasionally. Amanda, you touch his arm when you laugh. Nothing excessive, but enough that people notice you're together. We practice. It feels strange at first. Patrick's hand hovers uncertainly near my back. Commit to it, Miranda instructs. Sell it. Remember, Gerard thinks you're clueless and passive. Showing up confident with another man, especially Sylvie's husband, will rattle him completely. Patrick tries again. This time his hand rests naturally on my back, and I lean into it slightly. We're both acting, but it looks real. Better. Now, when they walk in, and they will walk in together, probably with his hand on her, what do you do? Nothing, Gregory's voice comes through the speaker. Absolutely nothing. Let them see you. Let it register. The silence is more devastating than any confrontation. He's right, Miranda says. Don't approach them. Don't make a scene. Just stand there, visible, together, and let them come to terms with what they're seeing. The guilt and panic will be written all over their faces. What if they try to explain? I ask. What if Gerard tries to spin some story? Then you say, and this is important, you say, we'll discuss this with our lawyers. Miranda meets my eyes. Nothing else. No emotion, no accusations, no scene. Just that one sentence. It tells them you know everything, you've lawyered up, and they're finished. Patrick practices the line. We'll discuss this with our lawyers. His voice is calm, flat, final. Perfect, Miranda says. That's the tone. Ice, not fire. Over the next hour, we coordinate every detail like planning a military operation. Gregory will have a process server ready to deliver divorce papers Monday morning at 8 a.m. Miranda's office will file restraining orders on all accounts at 9 a.m. By the time Gerard and Sylvie wake up Monday morning, their entire financial world will be frozen. What about the properties? Patrick asks. The LLC holdings? We're filing a motion to freeze those too, Gregory says. Since they were purchased with marital funds obtained through fraud, the court will likely award significant portions to both of you in the divorce settlements. The Hudson Yards penthouse alone is worth $2.3 million, Miranda adds. We have emails where Gerard explicitly discusses hiding it from Amanda. The judge will not be amused. Patrick looks at his phone. Sylvie just texted. She's asking if I'm free for lunch tomorrow. She wants to talk about something important. We all freeze. What do you think she wants to discuss? Miranda asks carefully. Maybe she's planning to ask for a divorce, I suggest. Maybe they're accelerating their timeline. Or, Gregory says slowly, she's going to tell him about the gala. Test his reaction. See if she can convince him to let her attend this corporate event. Patrick's face hardens. What should I say? Say yes, Miranda advises. Take her to lunch. Act normal. If she mentions the gala, be supportive. Encourage her to go. The more confident they are, the bigger the fall. I don't know if I can sit across from her and pretend everything's fine, Patrick admits. You can, Miranda says firmly. Because in 15 days, you'll never have to pretend again. Think of lunch tomorrow as reconnaissance. See what she reveals. Record it if you can. New York is a one-party consent state. I think about Gerard at home right now, probably texting Sylvie about his day, complaining about his boring wife who doesn't suspect a thing. I'm having dinner with Gerard tomorrow night, I say. He wants to go to that new Italian place in West Village. Should I cancel? No. Go, Miranda says. Smile. Laugh at his jokes. Be the devoted wife. But Amanda? She looks at me seriously. Start moving your personal items out quietly. Important documents, jewelry, anything with sentimental value. Don't make it obvious, but protect what matters to you. Once this explodes, you may not have access to the apartment for a while. The meeting ends with handshakes and final confirmations. Patrick and I walk out together into the October evening. The city is alive with people heading home from work, couples walking hand in hand, everyone living their normal lives. Are you scared? Patrick asks as we stand on the corner of 57th and Park. Terrified, I admit. But also, relieved. At least it'll be over. No more pretending I don't know. No more lying to myself. 15 days, he says. We just have to make it 15 more days. 15 days, I repeat. We part ways, him heading to Grand Central, me toward a taxi. As I ride home, I think about Gerard waiting for me, probably planning tomorrow's lies while I plan his destruction. Only 15 more days of playing the fool. Then everyone sees who the real fool was. Gerard chose Carbone, which should have been my first clue. We haven't been to Carbone since our 3rd anniversary. It's too expensive, too exclusive, requires reservations months in advance. Yet here we are on a Saturday night, seated at a prime table near the window. I pulled some strings, he says, grinning as the waiter pours wine. Figured my beautiful wife deserves the best. My beautiful wife. He hasn't called me that in over a year. The wine is a Barolo, $400 a bottle according to the menu I glimpse. Gerard orders like he's trying to impress someone, the octopus appetizer, the veal parmesan, tiramisu for dessert. He's putting on a show, and I'm his audience. I've been thinking, he says, reaching across the table to take my hand. His thumb strokes my knuckles. We should take that trip to Italy. Next spring. I know I've been working too much, been distant. I want to fix that. Italy sounds lovely, I say, and I mean it. 6 months ago, this would have made me cry with relief. Now I know what it is, a future he's dangling like bait, one he has no intention of delivering. We could do Tuscany, Amalfi Coast, maybe end in Venice. His eyes are bright with false sincerity. Just us. No work, no phones. Like when we first got married. When we first got married, he actually loved me. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe I never knew him at all. My phone buzzes. A text from Patrick. Sylvie just told me she loves me. She's lying in bed next to me saying it. I feel sick. I excuse myself to the bathroom, leaving Gerard to scroll through his phone, probably texting Sylvie about how well his show is going. In the marble bathroom, I text Patrick back. Gerard's doing the same thing. Love bombing. They're scared we're noticing something. Or, Patrick replies, they're tying up loose ends. Making sure we're secure before they pull the trigger. When I return, there's a small box next to my wine glass. What's this? I ask, though I already know. Gilt jewelry. Open it. Inside is a diamond bracelet. Delicate, expensive, beautiful. Probably $8,000, maybe more. The kind of gift that says, I'm sorry, without using words, except he doesn't think he has anything to be sorry for. This is insurance. Gerard, it's beautiful, but... You deserve it, he interrupts. You've been so patient with my crazy work schedule. So understanding. I don't tell you enough how much I appreciate you. The bracelet feels heavy as he fastens it around my wrist. Tuesday, October 15th, 11 days until gala. Thursday morning, Gerard leaves for an early meeting, morning hookup with Sylvie, and I start moving my life out in increments. Jennifer arrives at 9 a.m. with empty boxes and a determined expression. Storage units rented, she says, rolling up her sleeves. Let's go. We work methodically. My grandmother's jewelry goes first, the pieces Gerard doesn't know about, family heirlooms passed down through generations. Photo albums from before Gerard, my childhood things, the letters my father wrote me from his business trips. The Chagall print, Jennifer says, pointing to the living room wall. Grandma Millicent left that to you specifically. Gerard will notice if it's gone. So, let him notice. Miranda said to protect what matters. That print is worth $40,000. We take it down, replace it with a cheaper piece from the guest room. Gerard probably won't notice, he never paid attention to the art anyway. My college diplomas. The first edition books I collected. My external hard drive with 10 years of design work. All of it disappears into boxes that Jennifer loads into her car. What about clothes, she asks. Leave most of them. Take the good stuff, the Armani suit for court, my mother's vintage Chanel. I'm thinking practically now, strategically. Everything else is replaceable. By noon, I've quietly evacuated my entire emotional history from this apartment. What's left is just set dressing, the props of a marriage that died months ago. Jennifer hugs me at the door. 11 more days, Mandy. You're almost free. Friday, October 18th, 8 days until gala. Friday night, Gerard comes home with another surprise, a couple's massage appointment at the Plaza Spa. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., he announces. I booked the couple's suite. Champagne, hot stones, the works. The Plaza. Where the gala will be in 8 days. He's taking me to the venue where I'll destroy him, completely oblivious. That sounds perfect, I lie. Saturday afternoon, we're side by side on massage tables in a dimly lit room that smells like eucalyptus and lavender. Soft music plays. Gerard's hand finds mine between the tables. I love you, he murmurs. I know I don't say it enough. Patrick texted this morning, Sylvie bought a new dress. $4,000. For your family's gala. She showed me, asked if I thought it was elegant enough. I texted back, Gerard's tailor called yesterday. He's having his tuxedo altered. For the same event. They're preparing for their debut. Their coming out party as a couple, using my family's charity as the venue. Gerard sighs contentedly. We should do this more often. Make time for us. There is no us, I think. There hasn't been for months. My phone buzzes. Miranda, restraining orders are drafted. Asset freeze ready to file. Criminal fraud complaint prepared. Everything's in place. Are you sure you want to go through with the public exposure? We can do this privately. I look at Gerard, so confident in his deception. I think about Sylvie buying a $4,000 dress to wear to my family's event. I think about the prenup draft that valued 6 years of my life at $47,000. I text back, public exposure. No mercy. Good, Miranda replies. They chose to humiliate you publicly with their affair. Turnabout is fair play. Gerard raises his champagne glass after the massage. To us. To new beginnings. I clink my glass against his, and the crystal rings like a bell tolling. To endings, I say softly. What? To new beginnings, I correct, smiling. Sorry, the massage made me drowsy. He laughs, kisses my hand. Let's go home. That night, he makes coco vin, my favorite, or it was before every special meal became manipulation. He opens a $200 bottle of Bordeaux from our wine fridge. What's the occasion? I ask. You, he says simply. You're always the occasion, Mandy. I forget to tell you that. I watch him across our dining table, in our apartment, living our fake life. In 8 days, this will all be over. In 8 days, he'll know I knew. That I documented everything. That I was 10 steps ahead while he thought I was clueless. My phone lights up with a text from Patrick. I can't keep doing this. She's touching me, telling me she loves me, and all I can see is the lie. 8 more days feels impossible. I text back while Gerard's in the kitchen getting dessert. We've come this far. The ending will be worth it. Promise. Gerard returns with chocolate mousse, homemade, and serves it with a flourish. You're being so sweet this week, I say. You deserve it, he says for the 3rd time this week. I've been taking you for granted. That changes now. But it doesn't change. In 8 days, at the Plaza, in front of my family and Manhattan's elite, everything changes. I just have to survive 8 more days of this show. 8 more days of pretending I'm the naive wife who doesn't know her husband is planning to leave her for his mistress. 8 more days of smiling through the guilt gifts and love bombing and elaborate lies. Then the masks come off, and everyone sees the truth. I eat my chocolate mousse and count down the hours. Saturday, October 26th arrives with unseasonably warm weather and cloudless blue skies. The kind of perfect autumn day that New York Magazine would feature. It feels obscene that the weather should be beautiful when my marriage is about to detonate. I wake up at 6 a.m. to find Gerard already in the shower, humming. Actually humming. I lie in bed listening to him, thinking about how he has no idea that in 13 hours, his entire life will implode. My phone shows 3 texts from Patrick, all sent between 2 and 4 a.m. Can't sleep. Keep rehearsing what I'm going to say. Miranda's right. We don't say anything. Just let them see us. I'm terrified and furious, and I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I text back, me too. All of it. See you at 7:15. Gerard emerges from the bathroom in a cloud of steam, his new cologne filling the bedroom. He's already laid out his tuxedo, the one he had altered specifically for tonight. Tom Ford, midnight blue, probably $6,000. I wonder if Sylvie picked it out. Big day, he says, kissing my forehead. His hair is still damp. Your family's gala is always the event of the season. You seem excited, I observe, sipping the coffee he brought me. Well, I'm bringing someone who could be a major donor to the foundation. Joan Hartley from Prestige Properties. He doesn't even flinch at the lie. She's very interested in urban development charities. Joan Hartley. Not even a creative alias. Sylvie's assistant's name is Joan. That's wonderful, I say. I'm sure Daddy will be thrilled to meet her. She's flying in this afternoon. I'm picking her up from JFK around 3. Another lie. Sylvie's Instagram story from last night showed her at a wine bar in Tribeca. She never left the city. Take your time, I tell him. I have hair and makeup at noon anyway. I'll probably be at the salon for hours. This is true. I do have appointments. What Gerard doesn't know is that Jennifer, my mother, and Aunt Gloria will all be there, and we're having a very different kind of preparation session. Warren Tricami's salon in the Plaza Hotel is where Manhattan women go for important events. It's elegant, discreet, and most importantly, soundproof. The private room Jennifer booked for us costs $2,000. My mother arrives first, impeccable in Chanel, her silver hair already perfectly styled. She takes one look at me and knows something is wrong. Amanda, darling, what's happened? I wait until Jennifer and Aunt Gloria arrive before I tell them everything. The properties. The affair. The fake business trips. The prenup draft that tried to steal my future. By the time I finish, my mother's champagne glass is shaking. That son of a bitch, Aunt Gloria says. She's never liked Gerard, always thought he was too smooth. He's bringing her. Tonight? To our gala? He's listed her as a potential donor named Joan Hartley, I explain. But it's Sylvie Devon. She's the VP at Prestige Properties. My mother's face goes from shock to fury to something colder. Calculating. She didn't build a successful foundation by being soft. And you're bringing her husband, she asks. Patrick Devon. He runs Devon Capital Management. Good. My mother sets down her glass with deliberate precision. Then here's what's going to happen. Your father and I will greet every guest as usual. When Gerard arrives with this woman, we'll be gracious. Welcoming. We'll give them absolutely no indication anything is wrong. Mother. Let me finish. Her voice has the steel I remember from my childhood. They want to use our event as their coming out party? Fine. We'll give them their party. And then we'll give them something they'll never forget. Jennifer grins. I love it when you go ruthless, Mom. Amanda, my mother continues, you and Patrick will make a grand entrance. Together. I want every society photographer to see you. I want it documented. I understand. Aunt Gloria pulls out her phone. I'm calling Daphne at the Times Society column. And Marcus at Avenue Magazine. They need to know this is a gala they cannot miss. Gloria, brilliant, my mother says. The hairstylist arrives to start on my hair, and my mother sits beside me, watching in the mirror as my reflection transforms. I'm proud of you, she says quietly. For not letting him get away with this. For standing up for yourself. I'm terrified. Good. Fear means you're about to do something brave. She squeezes my shoulder. Your grandmother Millicent once told me that the best revenge is living well. But she also said sometimes the best revenge is making sure everyone knows exactly what someone did to you. Tonight, darling, you're doing both. By 5 p.m., I'm transformed. My hair is in an elegant updo. My makeup is flawless, dramatic eyes, perfect lips. I'm wearing the dress I bought specifically for this night, a midnight blue Marchesa gown that cost more than my first car. The sapphire necklace my grandmother left me sits at my throat. Real sapphires, vintage, worth approximately $80,000. Gerard wanted me to sell it years ago, said we could use the cash for investments. Now I understand he wanted to liquidate my assets before he left me with nothing. Jennifer whistles when I emerge from the dressing room. You look like you're about to ruin someone's life. That's the goal. My phone buzzes. Patrick, I'm at the Plaza. Where should I meet you? Terrace room entrance. 7:10. Sylvie just left our apartment. She's wearing red. Looks like she's going to war. I text back, so am I. My mother, Jennifer, and Aunt Gloria leave first. They need to be in position, greeting guests, playing their parts. Before she goes, my mother kisses my cheek. Remember, darling. You've done nothing wrong. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Hold your head high, and let them drown in their own shame. At 7:05, I take the private elevator down to the Plaza lobby. Patrick is waiting near the terrace room entrance, and I barely recognize him. He's in a perfectly tailored tuxedo, his dark hair styled back, looking every inch the successful venture capitalist he is. But his eyes give him away, the same barely controlled fury I feel. Amanda. He takes my hand. You look stunning. You clean up well yourself. Are we really doing this? I think about Gerard, probably in a car with Sylvie right now, holding her hand, telling her how perfect tonight will be. I think about the texts where he called me clueless. I think about the prenup that tried to steal my future. We're really doing this. Okay then. Patrick offers his arm, and I take it. Let's give them a night they'll never forget. We walk into the terrace room together, and I feel eyes turn toward us. Recognition ripples through the crowd. There's Hugh Millicent's daughter, but who's the man with her? Where's her husband? Jennifer appears at my elbow with 2 champagne flutes. Northeast corner, she whispers. Perfect view of the entrance. Mom and Dad are positioned at the door. Gerard texted Dad 10 minutes ago that he's 5 minutes away. Patrick and I take our position. We look natural, comfortable. His hand rests on my lower back, and I lean into him slightly while we talk. To anyone watching, we look like a couple. The photographer from Avenue magazine circles us, clearly sensing a story. Amanda Millicent Hodgkins, correct? And you are? Patrick Devon, he says smoothly. Devon Capital Management. You two look wonderful together. Can I get a photo? We pose. His arm around my waist, my hand on his chest, both of us smiling. The flash goes off, capturing evidence that will be in next month's Society pages. And then, at exactly 7:32 p.m., Gerard walks through the entrance with Sylvie Devon on his arm. She's wearing a red Valentino gown. Her blonde hair is in waves down her back, and the diamonds at her ears catch the light. Gerard is in his new tuxedo, looking proud and confident, like a man who's gotten away with everything. My father greets them warmly. My mother kisses Sylvie's cheek. They have no idea. Except Patrick and me. Gerard scans the room, probably looking for me, making sure I'm playing my part as the dutiful wife who makes small talk with his donor, while he and Sylvie exchange heated looks across the room. His eyes find me. And I watch his entire world tilt on its axis. Gerard's face goes through a progression I'll remember for the rest of my life. First, confusion, who's that man with his hand on my wife? Then recognition as his eyes shift to Patrick. Then comprehension. Finally, pure panic. The champagne flute slips from his hand. It doesn't shatter, the Plaza's carpet is too thick for that, but it falls, splashing crystal across Sylvie's red Valentino gown and Gerard's custom Tom Ford tuxedo. The golden liquid spreads like guilt made visible. Sylvie gasps, jumping back, but her eyes follow Gerard's frozen stare across the room. She sees me. Then Patrick. Her face drains of color so fast I think she might faint. That's my husband, she says, loud enough that the guests near them turn to look. That's Patrick. What is he, why is he with? My mother, bless her, doesn't miss a beat. Oh, you know Patrick Devon? How wonderful. He and Amanda have become such good friends recently. Isn't it marvelous when our social circles overlap? The word friends hangs in the air with deliberate emphasis. Around us, I can sense the shift in the room's energy. The society photographers smell blood in the water. Gerard is moving toward us now, cutting through the crowd with Sylvie trailing behind him, trying to wipe champagne off her dress with a cocktail napkin. Her diamonds catch the light, and I recognize them, the earrings from the Cartier receipt. The ones Gerard bought with our money. Amanda. Gerard's voice is strained, trying for casual and missing by a mile. I didn't expect, I thought you were coming later. Change of plans. My voice is steady. Patrick's hand tightens slightly on my waist. Patrick offered to escort me. You know how I hate arriving alone. Patrick, Gerard says, and it comes out strangled. Patrick Devon. Gerard. Patrick's tone could freeze water. Interesting to finally meet you. Sylvie's mentioned you so many times. Sylvie makes a small, wounded sound. A society photographer moves closer, camera raised. This isn't, Gerard is stammering. Amanda, can we talk? Privately? I don't think so. I take a sip of champagne, letting the moment stretch. We're about to do the welcome remarks. Daddy's giving a speech. You wouldn't want to miss that, would you? Not after bringing such an important potential donor. I look directly at Sylvie when I say, donor, and her face crumbles. Gerard, she hisses, grabbing his arm. You said she didn't know. You said. Not here, he says desperately, trying to steer her away. But Jennifer appears, blocking their exit route with Aunt Gloria. Gerard. And you must be Joan Hartley from Prestige Properties. Or wait, Jennifer makes a show of pulling out her phone. That's not right. My firm represents Prestige Properties. There's no Joan Hartley in your directory. But there is a Sylvie Devon. VP of Acquisitions. Is that you? The small circle of guests around us has grown larger. People sense drama unfolding. Jennifer, Gerard tries, this is really not the time. Oh, I think it's exactly the time. My mother has materialized on my other side, flanked by my father. Gerard, did you just introduce my husband to your mistress and claim she was a donor? The word mistress detonates like a bomb. The circle of onlookers widens. Phones appear. The Avenue magazine photographer is shooting rapid fire. Someone gasps. Someone else whispers. Gerard's face turns red, then white, then red again. Hugh, I can explain. Can you? My father's voice is dangerously quiet. Can you explain why you've been systematically transferring marital assets into an LLC with this woman? Can you explain the properties you've been hiding? Can you explain the $2.7 million in a secret account? How do you? Gerard stops, realizing his mistake. By asking how we know, he's confirmed it's true. Patrick pulls out his phone with deliberate slowness. Would you like to see the receipts? The Carlisle Hotel, every Thursday for 6 months. The set in Miami, when you told Amanda you were in Singapore and told me Sylvie was at a real estate conference. Patrick, please, Sylvie reaches for him, but he steps away, closer to me. The Greenwich Hotel, Patrick continues. The Crosby. The Peninsula. Should I keep going? I have credit card statements for all of them. I would, says a voice from the crowd. A man in an expensive suit steps forward, and I recognize him from Gerard's company Christmas party. James Hartford, his boss. The CEO of Hartford Enterprises. Gerard, is this true? Have you been conducting an affair while misrepresenting property transactions? Gerard's mouth opens and closes. James, I can explain, this is a personal matter. That involves fraud and misuse of company resources. James's face is carved from stone. You used the company card for several of these hotels, didn't you? I'm going to need to see you in my office Monday morning. Actually, don't bother. I'll have security pack your desk. You're firing me? Here. Now? Consider this your public resignation, James says coldly. Hartford Enterprises doesn't employ liars and frauds. Sylvie is crying now, mascara running, trying to hide her face. But there's nowhere to hide. We're in the center of the room, surrounded by Manhattan's elite, all of them witnesses. Amanda, Gerard tries one more time, his voice breaking. Please. Can we just talk? I love you. I made mistakes, but we can fix this. You love me? The words come out sharp. You love me, but you've been planning to divorce me since March? You love me, but you drafted a prenup giving me $47,000 after 6 years of marriage? You love me, but you told Sylvie I was clueless and wouldn't suspect a thing? His face confirms every accusation. How did you went through my things. I hired a lawyer. My voice carries through the room now, and I want everyone to hear this. A very good lawyer. One who found every property you tried to hide, every account you thought was secret, every lie you told. And on Monday morning, you're going to be served with divorce papers and a motion to freeze all assets acquired through fraud. My father steps forward, and the crowd parts for him. Gerard, you used my daughter. You used my family's reputation. You used this charity event as cover for parading your mistress in front of Manhattan society. He pauses. You're not welcome in this family, in this foundation, or in this city's business community. I'll personally make sure of that. Hugh, please, Gerard's begging now. And you, my father turns to Sylvie. Mrs. Devon. I believe your company was seeking investors for a Williamsburg development project? Sylvie nods mutely, mascara streaking her face. Consider those investors informed about tonight's events. Reputation matters in this city, and you've just destroyed yours. Patrick speaks up. Sylvie, I've filed for divorce. Papers will be served Monday morning. I'm seeking full ownership of all properties purchased with marital funds, including the ones you bought with Gerard. This is insane, Gerard explodes. You can't do this. You can't just, everyone's looking, this is a private matter. You made it public, I say quietly. You brought her here. To my family's event. You wanted to show her off, to start living your new life in public. So here it is. Public. How does it feel? Gerard looks around the room, at the staring guests, the flashing cameras, his former boss shaking his head in disgust, my family united against him. He looks at Sylvie, who's sobbing into her champagne-soaked dress. He looks at me, and I see the moment he realizes he's lost everything. Amanda, save it for your lawyer. I hand him a business card from my clutch. Miranda Brennan's card. You'll be hearing from her Monday morning. Until then, we have nothing to say to each other. You can't throw away 6 years. I'm not throwing anything away. You already did that. I turn to Patrick, who offers his arm. Shall we? I believe dinner is about to be served. We walk away, leaving Gerard and Sylvie standing in the center of the terrace room, surrounded by wreckage. Behind us, the whispers start immediately, building to a roar. My mother links her arm through mine on my other side. That, she whispers, was magnificent. At our table, the family table where Gerard was supposed to sit, Patrick and I take our seats. Jennifer raises her champagne glass. To the truth, she says. And to my sister, who just gave the show of a lifetime. To Amanda, my father adds. Who proved that Millicent women don't just survive. We conquer. I look back once. Gerard and Sylvie are being escorted out by Plaza security, his hand on her back the way it used to be on mine. They're leaving together, but not the way they planned. Not as triumphant lovers, but as exposed frauds. The photographer from Avenue magazine appears at my elbow. Mrs. Hodgkins, can I get a quote about tonight's events? I smile. You can quote me on this, never underestimate a woman who's been underestimated. The flash goes off, capturing my smile. Let them print that. The ballroom doors open for dinner service, and against all odds, the gala continues. My mother, ever the consummate hostess, guides guests to their tables as if nothing extraordinary just happened. But everything has changed. Patrick and I are seated at the head table with my family. The empty chairs where Gerard and Sylvie should have been feel like monuments to their hubris. A waiter quietly removes their place settings without comment. "Well," Aunt Gloria says, taking a generous sip of wine, "that was more exciting than the year the mayor got drunk and fell into the fountain." My father shoots her a look, but there's amusement in his eyes. "Gloria, please." "What?" "I'm just saying, people will be talking about this gala for decades." She's not wrong. Around us, every table is buzzing. Phones are out despite the "no phones during dinner" policy. I can see people typing furiously. My phone is vibrating continuously in my clutch. I pull it out under the table. 43 text messages. 12 missed calls. Jennifer leans over. "Who's blowing up your phone?" "Everyone." I scroll through the names. Friends I haven't spoken to in months. Former colleagues. Distant relatives. Sarah wants to know if I'm okay. Marcus is asking for an exclusive interview. And, oh God, Gerard's mother just called 4 times. "Don't answer that one," my mother advises. "Let your lawyer handle the families." Patrick's phone is experiencing similar chaos. He shows me a text from his business partner, "Just saw the photos. Call me immediately." The first course arrives, seared scallops with cauliflower puree. I'm not hungry, but I force myself to eat. I need to look composed, unbothered. Across the room, I notice people pointing at us discreetly. Some looks are sympathetic. Others are impressed. A few seem scandalized. But most are fascinated. "Speech time," my father announces, standing and tapping his wine glass. The room gradually quiets. Hugh Millicent commands attention without effort. He's been giving speeches at this gala for 20 years. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 24th Annual Millicent Foundation Gala." His voice carries perfectly through the ballroom. "Tonight, we gather not just to raise funds for urban youth education programs, but to celebrate something equally important: truth, integrity, and the courage to stand up for what's right." Oh, he's going there. My mother is smiling into her wine glass. My daughter Amanda has always embodied these values. Tonight, she reminded us all that dignity isn't about avoiding conflict, it's about facing difficult truths with grace and strength. He raises his glass toward me. "To Amanda, and to everyone who refuses to accept less than they deserve." The room erupts in applause. Not polite charity gala applause, but genuine, enthusiastic support. People stand. The ovation continues for a full minute. Patrick squeezes my hand under the table. "You okay?" "Getting there." During the main course, filet mignon that tastes like cardboard in my mouth, Jennifer shows me her phone. "You're trending on Instagram." "Look." She's right. Hashtag Millicent Gala is everywhere. Photos from the confrontation are multiplying. Someone caught the moment Gerard dropped his champagne. Another captured Sylvie's mascara-streaked face. There's a perfectly composed shot of Patrick and me, his arm around my waist, both of us looking powerful while Gerard crumbles in the background. The Avenue magazine photographer's shots are already up. The caption reads, "Manhattan Society Shaken as Real Estate Executive Gerard Hodgkins and Prestige Properties VP Sylvie Devon Exposed for Affair and Financial Fraud at Annual Millicent Foundation Gala." Hodgkins' wife Amanda and Devon's husband Patrick made joint appearance, revealing months of investigation. The comments are ruthless. "She looks amazing." "He looks like he's about to throw up." "Perfect." "The way she's standing there unbothered while he's panicking." "Iconic." "Her dress, her posture, her lawyer." "That's how you handle betrayal." Patrick Devon is a venture capitalist worth $50 million and Gerard thought he could just steal his wife? The audacity. But there are other posts too. Sylvie's friends trying to defend her. There are two sides to every story. Maybe their marriages were already over. Patrick snorts, reading over my shoulder. Our marriages were over the moment they decided to cheat and commit fraud. They just forgot to tell us. His phone buzzes. He glances at it. Sylvie's calling. Are you going to answer? No. But I am going to do this. He opens Instagram and posts a single photo. It's a screenshot of the LLC documents for Bow Holdings, Gerard and Sylvie's signatures clearly visible, dated 8 months ago. The caption is simple: when your spouse creates a real estate empire with her affair partner using your marital assets. Documents don't lie. Hashtag broken vows, hashtag Manhattan, hashtag divorce. Within minutes, the post has hundreds of likes. The comments flood in. The receipts. He came with receipts. Bow Holdings. Their names combined. I'm sick. Both spouses came prepared. This is coordinated revenge at its finest. Jennifer is cackling. Patrick, you're a savage. I love it. My father leans over. Is it wise to post evidence publicly? Miranda approved it, Patrick says. She said social media creates a public record. Makes it harder for them to lie about what happened. My phone buzzes. A text from Miranda herself, saw Patrick's post. Brilliant. Gerard's lawyer just called. He wants to negotiate. Already? I text back. He knows they're screwed. Wants to settle before criminal charges. After dinner, the charity auction begins. Normally, this is my least favorite part. But tonight, it's satisfying in a different way. The auctioneer holds up the first item. A weekend at a luxury villa in Turks and Caicos. Shall we start the bidding at 10,000? James Hartford, Gerard's former boss, raises his paddle immediately. 20,000. The auctioneer's eyebrows rise. 20,000 from Mr. Hartford. Do I hear 25? 30,000, my father calls out. 50,000, says a voice from the back. I turn to see Marcus Brinley, Patrick's lawyer, grinning. The bidding continues, climbing absurdly high. The vacation package finally goes for $120,000, triple its actual value. But everyone in this room knows what's happening. They're showing support. They're choosing sides. By the time we reach the final item, over $800,000 has been raised. Double last year's total. My mother is beaming. Best gala we've ever had. Patrick bids on the final item, a rare book collection, wins it at $75,000, and immediately donates it back to the foundation. The room applauds again. Despite everything, I laugh. Real laughter that feels like oxygen after drowning. As the evening winds down, guests approach our table. Some offer condolences. Others congratulate me on handling it with such grace. Several slip me business cards, lawyers, therapists, even a literary agent who thinks my story would make an incredible book. One woman, elderly and elegant, pats my hand. I divorced my husband in 1987 after discovering his affair. Back then, we didn't talk about these things. We suffered in silence. I'm glad your generation does it differently. Make them pay, dear. At 11 p.m., as the gala officially ends, Patrick and I stand near the exit, watching guests filter out. News vans are parked outside. Actual news vans. Ready to face the cameras? Patrick asks. No. But let's do it anyway. We walk out together, and immediately, microphones are shoved in our faces. Mrs. Hodgkins, how long have you known about the affair? Mr. Devon, are you filing criminal charges? What do you say to people who think you orchestrated tonight's exposure for attention? I stop, looking directly into the nearest camera. Patrick stands beside me. I say that when someone betrays you, you have two choices: hide in shame or stand in truth. Tonight, we chose truth. And we'll keep choosing it until justice is served. The camera flashes nearly blind me. Tomorrow, this will be everywhere. But tonight, as Patrick and I climb into a waiting car, away from the wreckage, away from the cameras, I feel something I haven't felt in months. Freedom. Monday morning, my phone rings. Miranda Brennan, and she sounds gleeful. Papers served. Gerard answered the door in his boxers at his temporary sublet in Queens. The process server said he looked like he hadn't slept in days. I'm sitting in Jennifer's apartment. I moved out of the Gramercy place Sunday afternoon with Jennifer's help while Gerard was presumably hiding from the world. Everything I own is in storage or here. How did he react? I ask, sipping coffee. According to the server, he said, this can't be happening, approximately 6 times. Then he called his lawyer, who I'm told is already trying to negotiate. Miranda pauses. Amanda, his lawyer knows they have no case. Gerard signed documents admitting to the hidden assets. His emails are basically a confession. He'll settle, and he'll settle big. How big? I'm thinking 65% of all marital assets, including the properties in the LLC. You keep the Gramercy apartment, your inheritance returned with interest, and he covers all legal fees. Plus, I want alimony. 65%. That's nearly $3 million, plus properties, plus the apartment. And Patrick? I ask. Gregory called 20 minutes ago. Sylvie was served at her office. In front of her entire team. Security had to be called because she started screaming. Miranda sounds positively delighted. Patrick's going for 70% because Sylvie's salary was higher and the fraud was more egregious. At 9:15 a.m., the asset freeze goes into effect. Every account, every property, every investment Gerard and Sylvie thought was theirs, frozen. Jennifer comes in with her laptop. You need to see this. It's everywhere. She's right. The New York Post's front page, gala scandal, Manhattan power couple exposed for affair and fraud. There's a photo of Gerard and Sylvie being escorted out by Plaza security. The Times Society section is more refined but equally damning. Prominent real estate executives face legal battle after charity gala revelation. But it's the business press that really twists the knife. Bloomberg, Hartford Enterprises terminates VP over fraud allegations. Forbes, Prestige Properties VP Sylvie Devon on leave amid investigation. They're both losing their jobs, Jennifer says. Within 12 hours of exposure, they're both unemployed. My phone buzzes. A text from Patrick. Gerard's LinkedIn just changed to seeking new opportunities. Sylvie's profile is completely deleted. I text back, how are you holding up? Surprisingly okay. You? Same. It's strange. I thought I'd feel worse. Maybe we're just relieved it's finally over. The lying, the pretending. He's right. This is painful, public, messy, but it's real. Gerard's first email arrives at 11:47 a.m. Amanda. I know you probably hate me right now, and I deserve that. But please, can we just talk? This has all gotten so out of hand. I made mistakes, terrible mistakes, but we had 6 good years. That has to count for something. I never meant to hurt you. Things with Sylvie just happened. I was confused. I know that's not an excuse, but I'm trying to explain. The lawyers are making this so ugly. We don't need to destroy each other. We can work this out privately, can't we? Remember our vows? Please call me Gerard. I read it twice, looking for the manipulation tactics. I never meant to hurt you, deflecting responsibility. Things just happened, as if the affair was an accident. Remember our vows, weaponizing my commitment. I forward it to Miranda without responding. Her reply, classic manipulation. Ignore completely. Do not engage. Sylvie's approach is different. She goes public. At 2 p.m., she posts a statement on Instagram. I want to address the events of this weekend. Yes, Gerard and I developed feelings for each other. Yes, we made mistakes. But what happened at the gala was a coordinated attack by two vindictive people who couldn't accept that sometimes marriages end. I'm seeking privacy to heal. #MyTruth #moving forward. The comments section explodes. Girl, there are receipts. Multiple receipts. Literal property documents. Developed feelings equals had an affair while committing fraud. Just say that. The audacity to call them vindictive when you stole money and tried to hide assets. Patrick Devon posted LLC documents proving you used his money. That's not gossip, that's fraud. Within an hour, Sylvie disables commenting, then makes her account private. Too late. Screenshots are everywhere. Patrick texts, Sylvie's playing victim. Should I respond? No, I type back. Let her dig her own grave. We have the documents. She has excuses. But Gerard tries a different tactic. At 4 p.m., he shows up at Jennifer's building. The doorman calls up. Ms. Hodgkins has a visitor. Gerard Hodgkins. Should I send him up? Absolutely not, Jennifer says before I can answer. Tell him Ms. Hodgkins has no comment and he should contact her attorney. He says he just wants 5 minutes. He's crying, ma'am. Jennifer and I exchange looks. Part of me, the part that spent 6 years loving this man, wants to hear him out. But I remember Miranda's words, the moment you engage, you give him power. No, I say firmly. Tell him to leave or you'll call the police. Through Jennifer's window, I watched Gerard exit the building 15 minutes later. His shoulders are slumped, his expensive suit rumpled. He looks broken. I feel nothing. Not satisfaction, not pity, nothing. You okay? Jennifer asks. Yeah. I am. Tuesday, October 29th. By Tuesday, the professional consequences are cascading. Hartford Enterprises releases a statement, Gerard Hodgkins' employment has been terminated effective immediately following an internal investigation into misuse of company resources and violation of our ethics policies. Prestige Properties is more careful, Sylvie Devon has taken a leave of absence pending resolution of personal matters. Translation, they're distancing themselves while their lawyers figure out if they can fire her without a wrongful termination lawsuit. But the real damage is happening in group chats and private messages. I know this because people keep forwarding me screenshots. A group chat with Gerard's former colleagues. Did you see the property documents? He was literally stealing from his wife to build a portfolio with his side piece. How stupid do you have to be to sign documents with your mistress using your actual names? A chat from Sylvie's industry. She's done in Manhattan real estate. Nobody's going to work with her after this. The Devon Capital connection was her biggest asset. And she threw it away. Patrick forwards me a message from one of Sylvie's former assistants. She was awful to work for anyway. Used to scream at us for minor mistakes. Glad karma finally caught up. Wednesday, October 30th. Wednesday brings news from Miranda. Gerard wants to settle. He's offering 40% of assets, keeps one Brooklyn property, and minimal alimony. His lawyer says he can't afford more because he lost his job. That's his problem, I tell her. He should have thought about that before committing fraud. I want 65%, full return of my inheritance, and 3 years of alimony. Good. That's exactly what I told his lawyer. They'll counteroffer, but we're in a strong position. Patrick's situation is moving faster. Gregory calls with news, Sylvie's caving. She knows Patrick has the better case. She's agreeing to 70%, returning all marital funds used for the LLC, and she's signing over her shares in 3 of the properties. How is she affording a lawyer? Patrick asks during our now daily coffee meetup. Her parents, I say. Jennifer heard through the society grapevine. They're mortified but they're helping with legal fees. Gerard's parents haven't called me once, I realize aloud. Not to apologize, not to check in. Nothing. Did they ever like you? I thought they did. But maybe they were just pretending, like Gerard. We sit in silence, two people rebuilding lives from rubble. You know what's weird? Patrick says finally. I don't miss her. I miss the person I thought she was, but that person never existed. Same with Gerard. The man I married was an act. The real Gerard is the one who signed those property documents and called me clueless in texts to his mistress. To moving forward, Patrick raises his coffee cup. To never being lied to again, I counter. Our cups meet with a soft clink. Outside, autumn rain begins to fall, washing the city clean. January brings cold clarity and final settlements. Gerard signs the divorce papers on a Tuesday afternoon. Miranda calls me from the courthouse, victorious. 65% of all assets, full return of your inheritance with interest, 3 years of alimony at $6,000 per month, and you keep the Gramercy apartment. It's really over? Completely. Judge signed off on everything. You're officially divorced as of, she pauses, now. Congratulations, Amanda. You're free. I'm standing in my newly renovated apartment, the one that's finally, legally, entirely mine. I've redecorated everything. New furniture, new art, new color scheme. Nothing remains from the Gerard era except the marble countertops. Thank you, Miranda. For everything. Thank you for being the kind of client who comes prepared with receipts. You made my job easy. She pauses. I heard Patrick's divorce finalized last week too. It did. Sylvie signed everything. She's moving to Los Angeles, apparently. Fresh start. Running away from the scandal. Smart, if cowardly. Miranda chuckles. Anyway, you should celebrate. You just became a multimillionaire divorcee in Manhattan. After we hang up, I walk through my apartment. The guest room is now my design studio. I've started freelancing again, taking on projects I actually care about. The living room has a new cream-colored sofa, abstract art on the walls, plants everywhere. It looks like me, finally. My phone buzzes. Patrick, drinks tonight? I have news. My place or yours? Yours. I'll bring champagne. The good stuff. He arrives at 7 p.m. with a bottle of Dom Perignon and a grin I haven't seen since before everything imploded. You look happy, I observe. I am happy. Catherine and I are moving in together. Catherine, the pediatrician he's been dating since November. I've met her twice, liked her immediately. She's warm, direct, refreshingly drama-free. Patrick, that's wonderful. I hug him. When? March. She's finishing her fellowship at Mount Sinai, then we're getting a place in Brooklyn. Something with a yard. Maybe a dog. He shakes his head, laughing. 6 months ago, I thought my life was over. Now I'm planning a future with someone who actually tells me the truth. To truth-tellers, I say, pouring champagne. And to survivors, he adds. We clink glasses on my new sofa, in my reclaimed apartment, celebrating the life that emerged from destruction. Have you heard anything about Gerard? Patrick asks carefully. He's working for a small firm in New Jersey. Real estate acquisitions, but nothing like Hartford. Jennifer heard his salary is about half what it used to be. I shrug. He's alive, employed, surviving. Sylvie's apparently working for a boutique agency in LA. Her Instagram is back up, but it's all inspirational quotes about new chapters. Patrick rolls his eyes. Never actually apologizes, but she's moved on. Good for her, I guess. As long as she's 3,000 miles away. We sit in comfortable silence, two people who survived a bomb blast and somehow became genuine friends. February 14th, Valentine's Day. February 14th arrives with unexpected significance. Last Valentine's Day, Gerard was in Miami with Sylvie at the Seta while telling me he had a work crisis. This year, I'm having dinner with someone new. His name is Alex Brennan, no relation to Miranda, we checked. He's a photographer I met at a gallery opening in December. Tall, funny, completely transparent about everything. On our third date, he showed me his Google Calendar unprompted. "Just so you know, I'm not lying about being busy," he said. "I want you to see the actual truth." The honesty was so refreshing I almost cried. Now we're at a small Italian restaurant in the West Village, not Carbone, never Carbone, and he's telling me about a photo series he's working on. It's about rebuilding, he explains, showing me preliminary shots on his phone. Buildings being renovated, nature reclaiming abandoned spaces. Transformation through destruction. That resonates, I say quietly. He knows about Gerard. I told him on our second date, wanting full transparency. His response: "I'm sorry that happened to you. But I'm not going to compete with a ghost or prove I'm not him. I'm just going to be myself, and you can decide if that's enough." It was so direct, so devoid of game playing, that I knew I wanted to keep seeing him. "How are you feeling about everything?" he asks now. "The divorce is final, right?" "As of 3 weeks ago." "And I feel..." I pause, searching for the right word. "Light. Like I've been carrying a piano on my back for years and someone finally took it off." "Good. You deserve light." He reaches across the table, taking my hand. No pressure, no expectations, but I really like where this is going. With us. Me too. Even though I'm just a photographer who drives a 10-year-old Honda and can't afford to take you to 5-star hotels every weekend? I laugh. Especially because of that. The 5-star hotels were a lie anyway. The Honda is real. After dinner, we walk through Washington Square Park. It's cold enough to see our breath, and Alex wraps his scarf around my neck. "I don't have your kind of money," he says suddenly. "I probably never will. I need you to know that before this goes any further. I'm comfortable, but I'm not private jet comfortable." "Alex." I stop walking, making him face me. "I don't need private jets. I need someone who doesn't lie about where he's been. Someone whose calendar I can actually see. Someone who treats me like a partner, not a prop." "I can do all of that," he says seriously. "Then we're good." He kisses me under the arch, and it feels like a beginning instead of a sequel to something broken. October, 1 year later. October rolls around again, bringing the 25th annual Millicent Foundation Gala. This time, there's no dread, no secrets. Alex is my date, wearing a rented tuxedo and looking nervous. "Everyone's going to be talking about last year," he says in the car. "Are you ready for that?" "Let them talk. I have nothing to hide this time." The Plaza ballroom looks identical to last year, same flowers, same lighting, same elegant crowd. But everything is different. I'm different. My mother greets us at the entrance, hugging Alex warmly. She's met him 3 times and thoroughly approves. Not smooth like Gerard, she told me approvingly. Genuine. Jennifer arrives with her new girlfriend, a corporate lawyer from her firm. Patrick is there with Catherine, who looks beautiful in emerald green. We've become a crew, the Survivors Club, Jennifer calls us. The society photographers are more interested this year. "Amanda, can we get a photo with your new boyfriend?" We pose graciously, but there's no scandal this year. Just people who survived something terrible and built something better. During dinner, my father gives his speech. This foundation was built on principles of truth, education, and second chances. Last year, this gala became infamous for different reasons. But I'm proud of what happened. My daughter showed courage. She stood up for herself. And in doing so, she reminded us all that sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same thing. The room applauds. I see a few people wiping tears. This year, we've raised $1.2 million, my father continues. A record. Proving that truth, even when it's messy, resonates with people. More applause. Alex squeezes my hand under the table. Later, during the auction, I bid on and win a photography workshop weekend, perfect for Alex's work. When I present it to him, he looks genuinely touched. "You didn't have to do that," he says. "I wanted to. Your work is brilliant. You know what Gerard would never have done?" Patrick says, overhearing. "Support your actual interests instead of using them as cover for his lies." Jennifer raises her glass. "To partners who see us as people, not props." We all drink to that. As the evening winds down, I step outside for air. The October night is cool, perfect. Behind me, the gala continues, music, laughter, celebration. Real celebration this time. Alex joins me, wrapping his jacket around my shoulders. "You okay?" "Better than okay. I'm happy." I realize it's true. Actually, genuinely happy. Not pretending. Good. You deserve happy. We stand together, looking at the Manhattan skyline, and I think about last year, the discovery, the investigation, the explosion, the aftermath. All of it was necessary. Painful, public, messy, but necessary. Gerard tried to steal my future. Instead, he gave me the push I needed to build a better one. "Ready to go back in?" Alex asks. "Ready." We walk back into the warmth together, and for the first time in years, I'm not waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is just my life now. Real, honest, mine. Up next, you've got 2 more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.